All right, welcome everybody to the Wednesday afternoon availability for football. We got special teams coordinator Erik Link in the room right now, so go ahead and get your hands raised in the queue, and we'll get started with Coach.
How we doing? Long time no see, huh?
First up is going to be Colin O'Brien from the Jeff City News Tribune. Go ahead, Colin.
Hey, Coach. Yeah, good to see you. Long time no see. It's, I think, 20 days between games for you guys. Just from 21. Okay. From a special teams perspective, do you feel like that layoff affects kickers, or is that just more time to get reps in practice that can translate to games?
You know, I think it's probably more of the psyche of the actual game moment. You know what I mean? I think we can replicate the timing and all of those things and the protection aspect of it. But I think certainly just the moment in time of the game and the pressure or just the mental psyche that's associated with that. I think that's probably what you miss the most for those guys. But I think, just getting the reps. I mean, it's like a quarterback and receiver, with the timing reps and all that stuff. I think you can get that in practice, but it's the actual, moment in time, the moment in the game, when the pressure's on, when you got to deliver. I think that's probably what you miss the most.
Next up is Eric Blum from the Columbia Tribune. Go ahead, Eric.
Erik, you were on staff with Drink last year at App State, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember from that win over South Carolina, and what do you remember just from that environment you can use this year?
Just being familiar with the stadium and everything associated with that, where we're going to be, where we're going to warm up, pregame. I mean, just the probably the more of the logistical side of things more so than anything. I mean, obviously, when we played last year, there was a full crowd, and we won't have that this year. But just being able to have a good understanding of exactly what we're walking into and how everything's going to be logistically, I think probably more so than, from an environment standpoint, it's probably apples and oranges, right? I mean, just because of the situation that we're in with COVID.
Max Baker from the Missouri. Go ahead, Max.
Hey, Coach. I know on the depth chart you have, I think, 4 different guys listed at punt returner under like oars. And I was just wondering, is there a scenario where you would use like one over the other in terms of like Cade said your number one job was just to catch the ball, but like would you use a different punt returner if you guys were trying to, get some yards out of the punt returner? Has that like been a part of the game plan?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think, Cade's more than capable of doing that. I think, you could see any one of those 4 guys at any given time. And I think it's, I said it a couple weeks back, we gotta crawl before we walk, and we gotta walk before we run. And, as we get more confidence and they get more confidence and, but the number one job at the end of the day is we got to make sure we secure the football. And trust me, I want to get a return as bad as anybody. And whether that's in the punt return game, the kickoff return game, I mean, we're constant. It's not like we're, not designing scheme to get returns and, opportunities, but we're also want to make sure that we're taking calculated risk. And I've said this to you guys before as well. I mean, and I know Coach Drink has probably hit on it multiple times. It's, what's going to help our team win the football game, is securing the football and taking calculated risks. If that's what we need to do from a game plan standpoint for our team to win, then that's what we got to do. So I think, it's our job to put people in positions to be successful, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And if it's you could see any one of those 4 guys listed, and potentially somebody else.
Jack Sobel from the Man Eater. Go ahead, Jack.
Hey, Coach. I know Coach Drinkwitz has said that he planned on using the long bye to kind of reevaluate or do some self-evaluation, I guess. How helpful has the long off period been for you guys to kind of evaluate your own depth chart or schemes?
I think it's been good, but I mean, I think it's also, it's probably one of the challenges associated with this situation. I mean, just because, yes, we've had a long period off, but really only one of those weeks was a true bye week that we were expecting to be a bye week, right? So you kind of go into that situation with a little bit different mindset. Whereas last week, I can't remember when it was, Wednesday maybe when we found out that they were Tuesday afternoon. I can't remember exactly when it was. So, you're in full, as a coach, you're in full game plan mode, you're in full game week mode, and then all of a sudden, there's a change in schedule. So it's not like, leading up to Georgia that we weren't preparing and focused on Georgia, but then you got to kind of put the brakes on and then, recalibrate. And so, yes, you're able to evaluate yourself. You're able to evaluate your personnel. You're able to get maybe some guys reps that haven't got as many reps, but you're also, to me, it's one of the challenges with the COVID times is you got, you might have a guy here today and he's gone, tomorrow. So just, that's one of the challenges as well.
Back to Max Baker from Missouri. Go ahead.
Yeah, Coach. I guess Drinkwitz said he was cross-training players to play wide receiver to go to defensive back, and I was wondering if you've had to do any of that, I guess, on special teams, and have you guys had problems with that with COVID and everything going on these past couple weeks?
Yeah, we're constantly cross-training on special teams in terms of, we obviously use everybody on our football team, but we got a number of guys, probably more so than ever before in my career. As a special teams coordinator, you're constantly evaluating and looking at the depth chart and moving guys around, and it's a movable puzzle every week to a degree. But usually you're too deep for the most part. You might have an injury here or there, but this year, it's constant. It's ever evolving. It's I've probably repped and listed more guys on a depth chart day to day this season than probably all together in my previous career. It's been that much of a puzzle with moving parts, and it's just the way it is, and it might not be necessarily that a guy's out, but it may be a guy is out on offense or defense, so somebody moves up, and then there's multiple reasons.
Any further questions for Coach Link? Another sec here. All right, I'll do it. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.